Hi, I've got a favourite new game I've been playing lately. So do you guys know the game Would You Rather? Yeah? Oh, okay, great. So those who don't know, you just pick two equally difficult things and you challenge your friend. It's just a fun game. So I came up with one last week and you guys can play it. So this is it. Would you rather have to always wear a tuxedo t-shirt forever or never know true love? It's a tough one, hey? Because it has the same outcome. So I've been playing the game at home with my girlfriend quite a bit. It's cool if you didn't pick I was gay. I'm not wearing a denim vest, so I tricked you. But I don't like the way she's playing the game because she's like trying to sneak in stuff to find out about our future and it's meant to be a fun game. I'm like, don't do that, you know? Like the other day she came and she'd clearly been thinking about it for so long. She just runs into the lounge room and goes, I've got one. I was like, all right, what is it? She goes, okay, would you rather eat a baby's arm or have 4 babies? I was like, when do I have to have the baby? She's like, now, you'd have to be ready for them now. I was like, fine, I'll have the baby. She's like, what, you want 4 kids? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Bring it on, chubby bubbies. She was like, 4 babies, that equals like 8 arms. Yum, 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 yum. She was just like, I don't want to play anymore. I was like, I know, I win. I'm very good at the game. I'm very good. I realised I was gay around late high school. So this incredible thing started happening. I was going to parties. I think it was happening to all the girls, but I was the only one getting excited. I'd like walk in the door and girls would come running up to me and be like, do you want to practice kissing? I was like, what? I remember this one girl being like, yeah, look, I really want James to like me, so I've got to be good at it. So will you do it? I was like, yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it for James. I was like, you know what I heard through the grapevine, actually? I heard James likes nipple play. If you want to get good at that. Hey guys, I tried something the other day that I'd never had before, and that was an espresso martini. Any fans in the house? Yeah, it's delicious. I think it's insane. I think it should be illegal, or you should be cut off at 1. Like, it is an insane drink. Like, I had a sip and I was like, yum. And then 10 minutes later, I was like, I want to fight. I looked down the bar, there was another girl ordering one, and I remember I had this thought. I was like, does she think she can take me? Because it's like, it's coffee and alcohol. It's not a good combo. It just basically makes you depressed with energy. Like, who decided this was a good idea and everyone's drinking them? Depressed with energy. I had 2 that first time, went home that night, lied on the bed, found out it is possible to cry faster. Guys, the thing I love most in my life is my dog. I love him so much. When I got a dog, it was about a year ago. Like, I didn't realise how much my life would change. Like, I have to go to the park every single day. And that's fine, but it's the people I have to talk to at the park, which is the problem. So I went a little while ago and I took my dog. His name's Kyle. And this lady came up and she looked at his collar and she goes, oh, Kyle. And then she looked up at me and she goes, are you Kyle's mum? And she goes, oh, shit, sorry. Do you identify as his mum? Sorry. And I was like, what? She's like, sorry. And I was like, no, it's fine. I was like, she goes, do you? I was like, I don't know. Why do I have to say it? Like, she's like, well, do you? I was like, I don't know. It's not my identity. I'm not weird about it. I didn't come out here tonight and be like, hello, I am Alex, mother of dog. You know, I was like, I don't know. She goes, some people are weird about it. I was like, who would be weird about that? This other lady just sort of listening in goes, I would. She goes, I wouldn't do it. Not me. I was like, obviously, because she identified as annoying. I was like, all right, what do you want? She's like, well. I was like, what? She goes, I have a son, so I'm a real parent. Yeah, I was like, is she implying that I'm not a real parent because my dog rejected the breast? I tried. No, obviously I didn't say that. She was insane. She would have called the pound on me. Just been like, there is a bitch off leash here. But I said, what do you mean though? She goes, well, if I'm my dog's mum and, you know, my son's mum, won't my son just think he's equal with the dog? I was like, whoa. At that point, I just started backing away because I didn't want to know any more about her life or what was going on at her house. I was like, thinking maybe just raise your kid better. Why does he have any doubt that he's not better than the dog? Like, all you have to do is let your kid sleep inside. It's so easy. Like, you're feeding him under the table, just get him up. Get him up at the table. It'll be so easy. I felt sorry for that boy. He's going to have to approach her one day. I reckon he'll be like 12 years old, coming of age, about to hit puberty. He's going to be like, ready. You know, he's going to be nervous, but he's going to go up to her. He's going to go up to the kitchen. She's there. He won't go inside. He knows it's not allowed. just shaking. And he's going to go up and be like, Mum, are you going to cut my balls off? Anyway, I decided I'm not going to have that issue because I'll be my dog's mum, and then when I have kids, I'm just going to make them call me Your Honour. Simple. I get along really well with my mum, actually. She's the best. I love her. So she's given me some of my favourite, memories. I remember this one thing, right? She once dropped me at school, which was rare. She didn't do that. I was about 16. She goes, I'm going to take you today. I said, okay. And then before I got out of the car at the front of the school, she stopped me. She said, wait, before you go. She goes, I've been thinking. If you ever want to try ecstasy, I'd rather you did it in the house with me. That was the first time I'd heard of ecstasy. And my mum tried to peer pressure me into doing it out the front of the school. That lunchtime, I had to go to the library and I was like, what is ecstasy? And then all these photos just came up of people making out in the club. And I was like, I don't want to do that with my mum. I was like, why does my mum want to kiss me? I was so confused, you know. And looking back now, I'm so glad I didn't do ecstasy with my mum. What an insane thing to do with your mum. What does mums need to open up about? They're fine. What's she going to do? Take ecstasy and just be like, oh, okay, now I'm on this. I can honestly tell you that the other night when you didn't want to do the washing up, that hurt me. I'll be like, I didn't need this stuff to tell you that I hoped it would. You know, I was 16, and mums don't need ecstasy. My mum would have one glass of wine and she was dancing on her own in the lounge room. I'm like, you don't need more endorphins. All mums are fine. They are covered. They don't need it. Once I was at home as an adult and she goes, hey, can you come here? And I couldn't see her, so I walked down the hallway around the corner, and that's when I'm greeted with her sitting on the toilet with the door wide open, and she's just not wearing a shirt. And she sees me and she goes, oh, I love you. Yeah. I did that to a friend once, but I was on way too much ecstasy, so she definitely doesn't need it, you know? I barely remembered that, but she called me a little while ago. She brought it up. She rang me and she goes, hey, did you ever get the stuff? And I was like, what? What stuff? She goes, you know, the E entertainment. I was like, ecstasy? And she's like, shh, did you get it? I was like, oh, yeah, I'm real sorry. I already did it. Are you mad? She's like, of course I'm mad. She goes, who am I going to get it from now? I was like, oh, Mum wasn't looking out for me. She was just looking for a dealer. She was so mad. She didn't talk to me for a week. I was like, ooh, better not tell how much I gave my dad. No, I didn't. But obviously dads do need ecstasy. That would be great. They'd just open up a little bit more. Finally get my dad out of the garage. When, he'd come out. It'd be March. He'd be like, I know it's only March, but I reckon we get these Christmas lights up now. We get the neighbours round. It'll be great. Hey, kids, does anyone know how to remix Bob Dylan? I'm going to leave it there. You guys have been absolutely wonderful. Hope you have a great night. Bye.